Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is M. Ram Babu, Assistant Professor of English, JVR Gout College, Sattupalli, Khamma District. Let's discuss curriculum vitae today. This topic is meant for BA, BCom and BSc students of semester 4 of second year. Curriculum vitae is a short written document prepared by an applicant while applying for a job. It is attached to an application while applying for a job. It is also known as resume. Sometimes curriculum vitae is also known as resume, but curriculum vitae is longer than resume. It gives the personal details of the person, such as name, experience, skills, work experience, achievements, educational qualifications, etc. It is nothing but a brief biodata of the candidate who is applying for a particular job. Curriculum vitae means course of life. In short, curriculum vitae is known as CV. There are different kinds of CVs. The first kind of CV is a chronological CV. The chronological CV gives the history of a person's work experience in a reverse chronological order. Here, this kind of CV gives priority to the work experience of the candidate applying for a particular job. The work experience is mentioned here in a reverse chronological order. In this kind of CV, the current job title is listed first and the first one is listed last. This is called the chronological order. It mainly highlights the applicant's more recent job experience and his career progression. It also carries the applicant's name, contact information, educational qualifications, and work experience, etc. This is briefly about the chronological CV. It mainly gives person's work experience in a reverse chronological order. In addition to that, it carries the applicant's name, contact information, educational qualifications, and work experience. The second kind of CV is functional CV. It mainly highlights the applicant's important skills and past accomplishments. This kind of CV, functional CV, highlights the applicant's important skills and the candidate's past accomplishments. This CV doesn't focus much on job positions or work experience. So this kind of CV is advantageous for the freshers to the career. The freshers who are going to complete the courses like PG, engineering, or any graduation, and going to apply for jobs, they would better choose functional CVs. This functional CV carries applicant's name, qualifications, skills, and achievements, etc. This is about functional CV. Freshers mostly prefer to choose this kind of CV, functional CV, as it mainly focuses on important skills and past accomplishments, whether the candidate has got any merit certificates, scholarships, and any other things, they should be mentioned in this kind of functional CV. And now let's come to the third kind of curriculum vitae, the third kind of CV. Combination CV. It is the combination of both the chronological and functional CVs. The chronological CV mainly highlights the job experience of the candidate, whereas functional CVs focuses on the skills required for a particular job. But here, combination CV highlights applicant skills, achievements, and job history, both. And this CV is ideal to emphasize skills. The combination CV includes both chronological and functional CVs. This kind of CV highlights applicant skills, achievements, job history, etc. And this CV is ideal to emphasize skills particularly. These are the three kinds of CVs that are in use for the graduates or postgraduates who are applying for different kinds of jobs. Now, while writing a curriculum vitae or CV, we have to keep certain things in mind. Those things are listed here. The first thing the first thing is it must be written clearly. The CV must be written clearly without giving any scope for ambiguity. And the second point is it must be neatly typed so that it appeals to the eye of the reader. It must be appealing to the employer. The usage of good words and the structure of sentences must be flawless so that it appeals the employer. The points should be grouped under different titles. Points should be mentioned with the bullets under different titles. And we should avoid using lengthy sentences. Instead of using lengthy sentences, bullet points must be used in curriculum vitae. And a brief mention of aims and objectives of the candidate applying for a job should be mentioned there. These are the important points that the candidate should keep in mind while preparing a CV. The first point is the CV must be clearly written without any ambiguity. And the second point is it must be neatly typed so that it appeals to the eye of the reader. And point 3 is the main point should be grouped under different titles. Point 4 is lengthy sentences should not be written. We would better using phrases instead of lengthy sentences. Short sentences must be typed using bullet points instead of using lengthy sentences. And a brief mention of aims and objectives should be there. These are the important points that the candidate has to keep in mind while preparing a CV. And personal details such as family history and family hobbies should not be included. The candidate is not supposed to include the history of the family and the family hobbies. They should not be included in the CV. The details of educational qualification should be listed in a reverse chronological order. The qualifications, educational qualifications must be listed in a reverse chronological order. It means the most recently completed course must be mentioned first, and the first one mentioned the last. That is called the reverse chronological order. And we should avoid making errors of any kind. There should not be grammar related errors or spelling related errors while writing a CV. And a clear words must be used, appealing words must be used in a CV. And finally, the candidate has to check the spelling, grammar, and the font size before taking printouts. It shows that the curriculum vitae must be flawless and it must be lucidly written. It must be appealing to the employer. These are the main points the candidate has to keep in mind while preparing a CV. And now let's discuss the points to be included in the CV. What items should be included here? The first point that should be included in the CV is personal details and contact information. This is the first and the foremost point of the CV. Name, address, contact information like mobile number and email ID should be included in the CV. And family details should not be included. You should not include any details of the family, like the profession of father or mother's profession. They should not be included. And point 2 is educational qualifications. The first point is personal details, and point 2 is educational qualifications. Here, under the title educational qualifications, the candidate must include the names of institutions and years of study with the percentage or grade of the particular courses that the candidate has acquired. They must be included in a reverse chronological order. The most recently acquired degree must be included first, then the last, there should be the firstly acquired degree. And for example, if the candidate acquires a PhD recently, it must be included first in the order so that it gives focus on the most recently completed course, PhD. Then it's previous one, post graduation, name of the course and years of study, and name of the university from which the candidate has acquired that particular degree, and the percentage or grade should be mentioned there. And thereafter the graduation, intermediate, SSC, so on. This is the way how to include the educational qualifications in a reverse chronological order. The most recent course first, then its previous one, and so on. The third point is work experience. If the candidate has worked anywhere previously, that should be included. It also should be included in a reverse chronological order. The most recent job, then its previous one, so on. Emphasis must be on the most recent jobs. But the candidate should not mention why he has changed jobs. That should not be mentioned here. And at the same time, salary history should not be included. Instead of that, the candidate must focus on the job he has done previously. And coming to the fourth point, skills. It is very important part of the CV. Skills should be included here under this section. If the candidate possesses any skills like computer skills, foreign language skills like English, trainings relevant to the job, awards and honors, and any other professional certificates or memberships, all those things should be included in the section skills. They have to be mentioned clearly under the section skills. Now let's look at a model CV here. If you look at the model CV, you can easily understand the pattern, how to write a curriculum vitae for enclosing it with an application. The first point is name of the candidate and contact details like address, email ID, and mobile number. They should be clearly mentioned here so that the company can contact the candidate for any queries. Point number 1 shows us that there must be the personal details of the candidate. And then go to career objectives. Why the candidate prefers that particular job or company. That should be included there under this title, career objective. Here, the company is recruiting the graduates. Look for why the candidate prefers that particular company. they want to know, the recruiters know why that particular company is preferred by the candidate. That should be included in the column career objectives. To work for an organization which provides me the opportunity to improve my skills and knowledge, to grow along with the organization's objective, along with the organization's growth. They expect that the candidate should work with the company not only for his personal or career related developments, but also the candidate should work for the development of the company. That is naturally expected by the recruiters. So the candidate should take care while mentioning the career objectives. And then brief summary of the candidate. About the candidate, some points regarding the candidate should be included here under the title summary. An enthusiastic fresher with high motivational and leadership skills, leadership qualities, having bachelor's degree in some course like BSc or BCom or engineering or whatever it is. It shows that the candidate who is applying for the particular job is very much enthusiastic and highly motivated and having good leadership skills. It should be included here. And eager to learn new technologies and methodologies. They also try to know whether the candidate is enthusiastic to know different things about the company, and they would like to know whether the candidate is eager to learn new technologies. So this point also should be included there, showing that the candidate is ready to learn anything for his improvement besides the development of the company. This is about the summary of the candidate. Then go to academic details and qualifications. The most recently acquired degree. If the candidate possesses post-graduation degree, that must be mentioned. Or if the candidate possesses a PhD, that must be mentioned first. And years of acquiring that degree, percentage or grade. And then post-graduation degree, name of the institution, university, or title of the subject, year of passing, and percentage. Then the graduation and its details in the same manner. Then intermediate, and finally SSC. Here they must be mentioned in a reverse chronological order, so that the main focus must be on the recently completed course. And then projects, whether the candidate has done any projects. They should be included here under this title projects. Here, during the course of graduation or post-graduation, it is mandatory for the candidate to come to do some projects. So they must be included here in a neat and a clearly manner. And then internship, whether the candidate has done any kind of internships. If you look at the example here, MG opposite Zahirabad, Composites Zahirabad, and Kottagudam Thermal Power Station, Manjera Project Sangareddy, and Central Institute of Tool Design, Balanagar. These are the places where the candidate has done some kind of projects. All those projects are mentioned here in a systematical way. And then certificates or awards. If the candidate has got any certificate or award, they should be included in this section. Certificates or awards. Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt. It is a certificate given by Thomas School of Watson, Binghamton University. That is mentioned here. And technical skills, if any. If the candidate possesses technical skills, they must be mentioned here. Softwares, any softwares or any languages, any software languages, programming languages, they should be mentioned here in this section, technical skills. And at the same time, the candidate is expected to include hobbies, just like dancing, singing, drawing, or any other. They should be mentioned here. And then strengths, in what field the candidate is supposed to be strong. That should be included here. Here, as per the given CV, the candidate is good at communication skills. And the candidate is adaptable to any environment. It is also a strong point to the candidate. It shows that the candidate is ready to work with the company anywhere. And finally, a declaration should be included. I do hereby declare that the above mentioned information is true and correct to the best of my knowledge. That is a declaration, and a place, signature should be there. This is the format of writing a CV. Once again, let's check it. The first point is personal details such as name, address, email, and mobile number. Personal details. That should be the first point in your CV. And then career objective. Why the candidate prefers that particular company. That should be included there. Career objective. And summary. Brief. The candidate should brief about himself here. Whether he is eager to learn new things, or whether he is ready to do any assignment given by the company. That should be mentioned here. That should be included here. And the important point now to be included is academic details. The academic details must be mentioned in a reverse chronological order. The most recent acquired qualification, then its previous one, and so on. That's the way the candidate has to include the academic details in a CV. They must be included in a reverse chronological order. And the name of the institution or university, year of study, percentage of marks must be clearly mentioned. And the next point is projects. If the candidate has done any projects regarding that particular job, that's looked after by the companies. The companies that are recruiting the candidate for a particular job basically looks for the basics that are required for that particular job. If the candidate has done relevant projects, it shows that the candidate is ready for taking up that particular job in an efficient manner. So, project should be mentioned here. And then internships or industrial visits. If the candidate has done any practical works regarding his course, they should be included here. Internships or industrial trips. If the candidate has completed, done any kind of the industrial visits or internships, they must be included in a neat method here. And thereafter, certificates. If the candidate has acquired any kind of certificates regarding the course or any co-curricular activities or extracurricular activities, those should be mentioned here. And thereafter, technical skills, they must be mentioned. If the candidate has possessed computer skills or any other skills, technical related skills, they must be mentioned here. And hobbies also can be mentioned here. Strengths, whether the candidate is strong enough to take up the assignment given by the company, that should be mentioned here. And finally, declaration. I hereby declare that the above mentioned information is true and correct to the best of my knowledge. That is a declaration that the candidate is expected to give at the end of the CV. And finally, place and signature. Thus, the curriculum vitae ends. Curriculum vitae is an important part of application nowadays. It has become an important part nowadays. The multinational companies naturally look for the candidate skills rather than his academic performance. So they try to know whether the candidate possessed the required skills or not to do the job. So while writing a CV, the candidate must keep certain things in mind. The format of writing a CV and the points to be included, all those things must be taken care of. And by and large, the CV must be in an appealing manner so that it impresses the recruiters. It impresses the employer of the particular company that the candidate is applying for any job. These are the important points regarding the curriculum vitae. It is somewhat longer than a resume. Curriculum vitae consists of more points than resume. So it is must any candidate who is applying for a job to know a good format and how to include the things in the CV, etc. Okay, this is all about writing a curriculum vitae. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let's meet again with another topic in course of time. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much for attending this class and watching my video. Thank you.